have at the MLG Open bracket, so he could play on that. Tournament monitors. Some tournaments allow you to bring your own monitor, so it gets rid of that issue for you, but not all, and that's something you should be aware for. If you're used to playing on a 24 or 13-inch monitor, it really affects how you're going to micro the game and just how the game looks and feels to you.
Yeah, that's not something MLG did. I went to Columbus, and it was all pre-built PCs, like all locked down. All right, well, back to this game.
Yeah. Now that oh, wait a minute. Exact same build.
Exact same build.
Aw, yeah. That's Marine trying to just get across here, trying to make sure that this Overlord does not get in. It is trying to do nothing of the sort right now.
We have the same build from Eggy. He's got the fast speed going. We have the fast expansion.
Everything looking as standard can be. He is a wee bit supply blocked, maybe the game lag, or just this is the first game of his tournament life here today, so he just might be shaking out some of the jitters. Well, actually, it's not the first game. This is the second half of the first game.
Yeah. It's the redo.
Yeah. Does need to produce another Overlord right now, otherwise he's going to get supply blocked fairly quickly. He might be going for that 4th Queen. Or he might actually, I would prefer to see a Roach Baneling attack right now off of 2 gas, taking that 3rd base. He is mining the 1 gas, so he could threaten it, but that's not Eggy's style. He likes the long, drawn-out macro games. If he's got you down to 10 food, he will take it to the Broodlord Infester, because he's like, a win is a win. I'm not going to learn anything from any sort of quick all-in.
I think it's an extra smart idea, because he knows that Penguin has just done like 2 hours of gaming. And if you're fresh and your opponent isn't, why not push him?
Of course, as we talk about ending the game early, puts down a Roach Warren.
Actually, this is the same placement as last time, but instead of the
Roach Warren, instead of the Evo Chamber, this time we're having the Roach Warren. Double Queen block, probably going to see a Spine Crawler. Actually, he foregoed the foregoed. He skipped the Spine Crawler this game. He did get Zergling speed, so he will be able to put on a lot of pressure, but without that 2nd gas, he's not going to be able to produce the Roaches or Baneling numbers required to really kind of produce what he needs to. He might be just building these 4 Roaches in a Stefano-esque style to push the push the Terran back, more specifically those Hellions, to be able to take a faster 3rd base, as he did lose it in the first half of Game 1, the first run-through of Game 1. Not bad to see. Eggy keeping up with his injects. And then
very good economy from Eggy.
Yep, going to be seeing the exact same build. This Overlord sneaking in,
saw everything.
Good
timing on those
add-ons.
Add-ons, yeah. I almost said up-ons.
Up-ons, don't worry about it. He is up on his add-ons.
Again, we have Stim from Penguin. He's got the Hellions out on the field, and he's picking up the Medivacs.
There's the Baneling Nest. Eggy is he has great mechanics, but doesn't have a lot of builds like 100% worked out. So he might just be like, all right, I'll get a Roach Warren, I'll get a Baneling Nest, and then I'll take a 3rd base, and I'll do it. And
just winging it.
Yeah, but he wings it extraordinarily well. I'd say that's one of his strengths and weaknesses. Is because he's able to get so far winging it, he doesn't really have that motivation to really nail down a few builds. But
yeah, it's hard to push yourself to practice if what you're doing is already working.
Actually, undersaturated by 6 drones in his main base, and then Eggy, see, he's like, all right, I got to balance out my economy. He's getting it done. Has that 3rd base up this game. This is a much better opener for Eggy. Now has those Overlords scouting for any potential drop play coming over here. Skirting the edge of death. Would have gotten in, but deciding that he just wanted to get an extra 10 hit points of damage off of those Hellions. Not the best. Spreading the creep, getting a few Banelings. The layer started. Let's actually check the economy. 45 drones to 40 workers. Yeah, very close considering.
We got the combat shields of +1 coming up for Terran here.
Yep, with
we'll see some kind of aggression right after those finish.
Nope, going to be seeing a 3rd command center.
Yeah.
Probably when this 3rd command center lands, he'll be starting to get his tanks as well as continuing with the double upgrades and increase his barracks production over here. Oh,
we do see a drop coming. Actually,
we have the drop.
I wonder if he's going to wait and time it with the upgrades or not.
No, I think he's doing again the juke play. All right. Oh, there. Just got a little bit ahead of the drop. Hellions keeping the entire army locked up over here, but now Eggy sees what's going down, sending his units over.
The Overlords are going to both fall, though.
Not supply blocking Eggy though, so he's decent. He's decent position like that. Just actually not gonna caught.
Wow, he does get the full pickup.
Terran
he's gonna lose some.
Penguin has actually done a great job of not losing any sort of Marines in his drops. Good with the pickups. Hellions are actually attacking the third base right now. Let's quickly pan over to that to prove that I'm not lying. But, alright, there's the load up, but now there are... Okay, so he scans, he sees the links, he sees the banelings. He could try and be sneaky and float over there, but not really going to be enough. Roaches ushering these drones over. Hellions have been backed away.
The Roach bodyguards.
We need some Roach bodyguards. Alright, where did these drop ships head off to? Oh, loading up on the...
Getting another Overlord.
Actually, alright, let's...
Oh, and that one did supply cap him.
Oh, jeez. Alright, yeah, this is a ideal units lost head. You have lost nothing, your opponent has lost something. But making you feel good about yourself. But Zerg does now have the economy that he's looking to mandate. He's assuming that there's...
Infestors are completed. Or infestation pit is completed, and pathogen glands is already started.
Killing another couple overlords here. This is...
it's nice, 100 minerals every time you're getting ahead.
Yeah, it's costs your opponent additional larva, additional money, everything. But Zerg's upgrades are actually also slower and getting +1 for the the Baneling.
Right into the Baneling.
It is a double drop. Oh, but he only dropped one of the medevacs. That's so unfortunate. Oh, alright, but another drop coming in here. The Roaches are going to be here, but he might be able to just focus down the third base of Zerg. No, instantly loads up. I would say that Penguin is definitely a fan of that guaranteed damage. He's like, if I lose these and I almost kill it, it's worthless. But if I always have the threat of this drop and I can always fall back on my other army sitting at home, it's fine. But the problem is he now has 1,200 extra minerals. His macro really slipping, trying to micro all of these things. Eggy's multitasking and macro ability keeping him safe here. It looks like he's starting to try to do another wall with these double evolution chambers. Should really think about getting a hatchery here, maybe a spine crawler, and then you only have this tiny little ramp to deal with. Alright, Hellions still out on the field. Increasing his production, has another command center coming, but still
double command center.
But staying on these three bases. He's mixing it up. Trying to go with the drop play. Now he's super safe. The double spine crawler, double spore crawler. Still has a double drop up here though. Scans actually quite regularly just to see whether is it worth it for me to attack right now. Do I want to? Where's his army? Where are we going? How do I deal with what he's doing?
Which is perfectly fine. A lot of people say scans are wasted minerals, but they're really not. It's just delayed minerals.
Yeah.
So if you're floating about 1,000 minerals, using a scan isn't so bad.
Not at all. Eggy now teching a hive, getting that spire down, starting his 2-1. So he's dealing with the drops better. Upgrades are slower. I would take that trade. Especially as his upgrades will be ahead of his opponent just with this +1 carapace.
And we got Spire coming out now on Hive.
Alright, the difficulty will be to hold this push. His army needs to keep him alive until these Broodlords are done. I should be able to expect... Actually, wait. The real important thing and the real purpose of these infestors is to buy time for that for the Broodlord army. And he most definitely will be. He knows the attack is coming. He's producing 30 more Zerglings behind 20 supply, but he is attacking very aggressively. Good positioning from Tux. So this will be a close battle, but Eggy doesn't need to attack here. He can cancel this off.
He again, not getting the cancel off. Goes down.
Oh, the 5th. He does have a 4th base going up. Zerg, no need to attack into here. You're not in any danger from this army. This army doesn't threaten you. If it starts getting to here, then you want to attack. But back here, this is a good position, and it allows Terran... Oh, there we go. And he's expanding behind his push. Just really stepping it up game after game. It looks like the longer you let Penguin play, the better he starts playing. Does need to burn another scan. Should have... Hopefully these Marines will run forward, picking off some creep.
It's very dangerous to pull into creep with Marine tank, so he needs to clear up as much as possible before he does that final push.
There's the run-by into the rallied units. Nice to see. We'll attempt to do some damage. Will he get the lift off in time? Oh no, the aggro. But we'll get a free... Ooh, doesn't get the free tank, losing an infestor here. Eggy really in like extreme struggle bar mode. His Greater Spire is 40% of the way done. That is another one of layer tech or hive tech, and Spire is the only thing that'll give you a percentage on, as it does take 100 seconds to finish.
Good to know. Good to know.
Alright, so we have... Alright, so we will be getting up to that drone count that we like to see. Terran's +2 is finishing. He's in great position. He's slowly edging forward. If you can get some tanks on the low ground.
Maybe a 4th and 5th.
Yeah, lift this command center away. It does have 1,500 minerals, so if he wanted to drop 10 barracks, spend all of his money and then be able to spend his income, which is probably very high. Yep, 2,400 minerals. A minute peeking out there, mules dying, going back down to 1,900.
Good old mules.
Good old mules. Eggy having a little bit of trouble here. He does have the money, does have the supply.
Yeah, the Broodlord's morphing.
But only 3 Broodlords. Again, Penguin
Gas
really...
start.
Definitely
gas
start.
income going.
Alright, how are these drops faring down here? It looks like they're done some damage, but nothing nothing to speak of. Nothing real. Penguin doesn't have the Vikings... Well, yes... Oh, okay, actually, he has 4 Vikings. He's getting a decent number. He does have... These are... More so, it's like not a lot of infestors, but a great deal of energy. So he will be able to slowly start pushing this Terran army back. And he is still on 4 bases. There's a drop up in Zerg's 4th. He does yet to stim, probably. He was about to, and then Zerg decided that he was going to be pushing forward. Very nice micro on these Vikings here. Needs to get the fungal off. There it is, but 1 fungal is not going to be enough. Alright.
Oh, and the Broodlord does fall.
Alright.
So we only have 3. Each one is very important.
Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, but Zerg is actually tearing through the Zerg army right now. He needs to be getting more infested Terrans down. He's down 50 supply. This is Penguin holding amazingly. Just these 3 tanks behind a gigantic rock is going to be very beneficial for you.
The tank placement is great, and actually, we can see everything, but there's the grass there. It actually limits the vision, so it's harder for the Zerg to attack in there.
Very true. He losing a full health, or not full health, full energy infester. Just right away, it looks like that drop has started to go.
I love these multi-pronged drops here from Penguin.
Penguin, I'm just so amazed at his ability to step it up. Both players now banking a ton of money. 6 barracks here. All right, there we go. Now we're starting to see. Oh, it's a factory flood.
He's switching a mech, which actually is going to work out quite well for him because Eggy is switching to Ultralisks.
Ultralisks, generally speaking, kind of a terrible unit, unless
especially if you go up against a whole bunch of tanks.
Yeah,
unsieged tanks.
But there are he being Penguin does have a lot of 7 Ultralisks on the way. There goes the gas.
Oh, there's 40 lings as well.
40 lings, not bad. +3, +2 finishing up.
I like this transition because look at all these Vikings on the field now. Now they're going to be mostly useless. They're built there to counter the Broodlords, and there won't be any Broodlords.
Very true. Ultralisks are also very quick, but the upgrades of Terran have stops, but they're decent. They're not... If he could get up to that 2-2 or even 3-2 would be ideal, and then he could really just bring the pain. Oh, but... Oh, okay. That was very fortuitous timing. Starting the triple tech lab, going to be getting the Thors. Alright, Eggy's going to have... Okay, now he's spent his bank. He's more or less evened out the supply count. But again, these drops are going to be pinning him back. Terran taking his half of the map as well, denying Terran's
going up, but it's going to go down before...
All the base... Again, another non-cancel. Losing a lot of drones this game. Alright, time to take a bet. How many drones has Penguin killed? 40? 23.
Man, I'm bad at that.
I was like, yeah, 40 sounds good.
A lot of drops. I figured you done well with them.
Eggy doing a good job of keeping his workers alive. But, now here comes the Ultralisks busting through. Tanks are very well spread, and there are a lot of them. But the Marine count, very low, and Ultras on tanks is a very one-sided fight.
Yeah, you need to unsiege those tanks. They actually do quite a bit more damage against... Yeah, well, everything. Yeah. It's one-on-one. And Ultras are too big to actually utilize that splash damage.
Really? I did not know that, actually.
Yeah. I think there's a chance it could hit 2, but
But it's like it needs to hit on the side of one.
Like it needs to be perfect.
All right, Eggy does have a chance now as long as he doesn't walk these Ultralisks to death. Oh, a little bit of AI kind of bugging out there, losing
looks like
2,
1, 2, maybe
3, 4, 5. Oh no, this one refusing to die with +2. Not actually getting chitinous plating the Zerg. The Zerglings are running in.
I can't believe that Ultra lived.
That's...
now it's tearing through the SCV.
My word, cost efficiency. Taking all the damage, dealing all the damage as well.
Eggy has really turned this game around.
Yeah, a very nice Ultralisk push.
Now he has the supply lead.
As we've seen from Tux's games, he is not one to GG early. He will be continuing this fight for
Stick it
all
out to the
time.
bitter end.
But, okay, what is coming out of here? Just tanks. So these Zerglings are going to be able to make quick work of them.
And they're actually rallied quite far. They probably won't even stop the fight.
Oh, and Eggy actually isn't rallying in, but the production of Terran is really dead. He still has a lot of money. He's got 2 bases mining. 3, really. But it's just not, he doesn't have the ability to spend it right now. He needs to drop 15 barracks in his 4th base and hope. But there's the GG. Yeah. Game number 1 going to Eggy.
Interesting game 1.
Yeah, Eggy, well, All right, let's talk about both games. So,
Well, they were pretty much the same.
but game 1, Tux was able to do a lot of damage with his drops, really kind of pulling Eggy apart, got a queen, got some drones. Game number 2, he was able to really delay Eggy and pull him back, not actually killing as many drones as both of us thought.
Yeah.
But then it's
We're
with
off by
that
20.
that ultra, 20 drones, a full mining base off. But he was able to get that ultra tech switch out. He did have the upgrade advantage, even though they weren't maxed upgrades. They were enough to really